Okay, so what is up you guys, my name's Ollie and today I'm doing a video talking about my follow-up appointment with Gendercare. So I've had a follow-up appointment now with Dr. Seal. So this is my second appointment with Dr. Seal, but I've had another one with Dr. Lorimer. I really couldn't find a lot of information online or on YouTube or anywhere really talking about the follow-up appointments with Gendercare. There's a ton for the first 2 appointments I've found anyways, but for this kind of thing, for long-term Gendercare, I've just realized my collar is all fucked up. Yeah, this is just another kind of important mission to manliness update, I guess, and I haven't done one of these in a while. Okay, so just to get the basics out of the way, I had my first Dr. Seal appointment in King's Oak Hospital, which is in London, or it's just outside of London, and then this one was in Charing Cross Hospital, which is also in London, but they are 2 different places, so just make sure you know which hospital you're going to. It was, basically it was a 15-minute appointment, and it cost £170, so I mean, the quickest £170 I've ever spent. Wow, maybe. But yeah, it is what it is. What are you gonna do? I'm going private. This is kind of to be expected. I also wanted to kind of put this out there because it isn't known that much that you have follow-up appointments with Gendercare. A lot of people think it's just the initial £460 for the 2 appointments, but these kind of things do sneak up on you. You know, I've been with Gendercare for just over a year now, and yeah, it was another £170. And then if I'm not with the NHS after 8 or 9 months from now, I'll have to have another appointment with him. So yeah, just to keep that in mind if you are considering Gendercare. So the first thing that they did was I went up and they weighed me, they measured me, and they took my blood pressure. And honestly, the most fucking exciting thing that's come out of this is that I'm 5'9". I can't believe I'm 5'9". I think I was 5'7" pre-T. And I don't want to get anyone's hopes up or anything because I know it's very rare to grow on T, but holy shit. And it's not I started T really early either. I just turned 19 when I started T, and I know you can grow until you're 21, so it's not that crazy, but it is quite unheard of within the trans community. So I'm super fucking happy about that. I'm pretty much the same weight, and I assume my blood pressure was fine, otherwise they would have said something about it. So I go in with Dr. Seal, and the first thing he just asked me how I'm doing, you know, am I all Gucci with the whole testosterone shit, that good. He asked me, I think one of the first things he asked me was about my facial hair and body hair. Had I noticed an increase? And I said, you know, I had, but it's not really where I want it to be yet. And he actually said that was very normal, and that a lot of the changes will actually happen within the next 6 months. Everyone thinks the first few months are the really important ones, but it's actually more kind of at this stage and later on where a lot of the big changes will happen. He asked me about fat redistribution. Have I noticed it a change in the size of my hips? And I don't think I have really. Oh, yeah. Perks of living with 4 animals. He asked me about genital growth, had that happened? And I was just yes, it has. He asked me, do I think it's growing anymore? Has it stabilized? And honestly, I really don't know because I haven't been paying that much attention. It's definitely grown, but I don't know. I just said I think so. He also asked me if my chest had changed size. Again, I don't know because it's not something I like to pay attention to, but I don't think it's changed that drastically anyway. My binder still fits me correctly and stuff like that. About physical strength, do I feel stronger? Look at these guns. He asked me about my sex drive, had that increased, and I explained that it had, but then he was has that caused an issue? And I was no, don't worry, my masturbation is under control now. He asked me about kind of my emotions on T, I guess, and I said that I felt, you know, relatively good. I did mention that I hadn't cried since starting T, and he was that's actually very normal, and that I shouldn't be too worried. He asked me, you know, have I had any problems with aggression? And I was no, I haven't hulked out. I honestly don't think it's changed my aggression. He kind of asked me about my family and how things are going with that now, and I said that things were really good with my family. He was do you kind of know why things have changed? And I was I think they just know that it's a permanent thing now. Also, I think it's easier to gender someone correctly when they actually look like the gender that they are. You know, it's very hard to misgender someone that looks like me. Do you know what I mean? He asked me about my friends. Have I lost any friends? Have I gained any friends? And I explained that I have gained some friends, you know, especially from my Instagram and stuff. I have a lot of tranny friends now. He asked me if I was in a relationship. He asked me about my job, and I explained that I'm stealth at work, and he was how does that make you feel? And I was it's Gucci, you know, it's nice to not have to think about being trans constantly. And he was yeah, that's pretty much it for the stuff that he asked me. He then kind of asked me if I was happy on Sustanon or if I wanted to get changed onto Nebido. Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm on a 250mg dose every 3 weeks. So Nebido is an 1000mg dose, but it's only every 12 weeks that you have to get it, which obviously is better than getting a shot every 3 weeks. It is going to be a bigger needle, I imagine, a little bit more uncomfortable. But yeah, the only downside to Nebido is apparently it's quite a kind of tricky like transition. Like it's quite a tricky transition to go from sustenance to libido, because you have to have a sustenance and a libido shot at the same time, and then you have to have another libido shot 6 weeks later, then you have to have another libido shot 6 weeks later, and then it's every 12 weeks after that. And apparently that time in between before it stabilizes can be kind of difficult for you emotionally. Apparently your hormones are basically like all out of whack, so that's just something that I need to be prepared for. But I do want to change onto libido just because it's just easier. Another downside is that you can't do libido shots yourself. Like obviously I do my T-shots at home. If you don't know that, you can go check out my latest video. No, but I will have to go to the GP to get my libido shot, but it's only like, what, 4 times a year? As opposed to like, whatever 52 divided by 3 is. It's 14, guys. I gotta be in maths, we're okay. That I'm masculinizing? Yeah. At a normal rate, which was nice to hear. He did say to me that the next 6 to 8 months I'll probably see a lot more changes, you know, like the changes I haven't seen. Like he said, facial hair doesn't really start to come in until like a year to a year and a half on C, so I think it's nice to hear that from a professional, because as a trans guy you tend to compare yourself to other trans guys, and it's nice to know what the norm is. You know, he said that it's very normal to be where I'm at currently, and that like facial hair and body hair will start to come in within the next year. The same with like fat redistribution and stuff. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful and informative, guys. It was really nice to see him again, actually, and just to feel like very reaffirmed in my transition, I guess. If you have any questions about the follow-up appointments, then do drop me a comment down below, and don't forget to like this video if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because I post 1 video every single week. I also don't know if I'm going to do an 8 months on T video this month, guys, because I'm already going to be like 8.5 months by the time this goes up, and I feel like I've missed the boat a little bit, so I'm probably just going to wait until my 9 months. But yeah, if you do want to see like monthly updates that aren't videos, I do post a lot on my Instagram, which is Thatguyoli_. Of course, I got it in there somehow. The weekly plug. That's what I call my drug dealer. No, I'm joking. Other than that, guys, I will see you next time.